folks that are watching us out there, we are, of course, on the Go Ontario Tour stage. We are with Rahul from Dua Motorsports, and from the Canadian Superbike Series, Colin Fraser. And we're talking about motorcycle racing at the moment. I can't think of a season that I've looked more forward to than the upcoming 2012 season, Colin. We still have a number of things that we don't know about that are going to be surprises that are going to be released this weekend, but nonetheless, what we know so far has got me pumped.
Well, I think this time of year, the nature of the sport in Canada, you know, you go to the motorcycle shows around Christmas and you get excited about next year, and of course everybody's in that kind of withdrawal where they miss their motorcycle. You're working on it but you don't get to ride it, or you're planning on your new bike, or you're building your new bike or your next bike or whatever, but obviously the focus for everyone is the pleasure of riding the bike, and that's true for street people, but even not street people like homeless, I mean people who ride on the street, but maybe both, I'm not sure. But more particularly when you race, you know, you don't get to ride your bike that often, and then you have a very long winter because basically it's a warm weather activity, motorcycle racing. So I think that you know, it's a natural part of things to be excited over the winter, and I think these shows are a focal point, and they get us motivated to move on to the next tasks and to get prepared and to pull everything in. And you know, I tell myself, well, we're actually halfway. You know, the last race was at the end of August, so we're, you know, we'll be back on the track in April. It's not that long, and of course then you start panicking with all the things you have to do and the money you have to spend, and is your Visa card going to be able to sustain it and all that kind of stuff.
Rahul, I couldn't help but think as Colin was speaking there that the footage going on in the background, of course, of the Canadian Superbike Series, how well padded and protected our racers are, and how frightened your mother was to see you racing, and yet she had no fears at all when you were bouncing off buses in Mumbai with your scooter.
You know, it's what they're exposed to. You know, everybody has a subconscious, a comfort level, and seeing me race a motorcycle around all the tracks in Canada or US, for matter of fact, it's not something she was exposed to. So when she did see me, she was like, "Oh my God, that's my son. What's going to happen?" And you know, I remember Loris Capirossi doing an interview that his mom, Capirossi, who just retired this year out of 20-odd plus years of racing, not once his mom showed up to the racetrack. It's just the same thing. Me and Capirossi have something in common. We finish our riding day, we call her mom, "Mom, yes, good, yes," all together. She doesn't care if I'm first or last. As far as she knows, I'm a winner for the fact that I do participate in this sport, and you know, credit needs to go to all the racers also. The fact that we all put ourselves, you know, in a very adventurous slash dangerous position. But that's the thrill we enjoy. That's what we do, and hence the people to come to Canadian Superbike racing and come experience it themselves at the racetrack. You know, attendance-wise, because a TV and 3D is great. We all do the media, but you know, public needs to come to the track and experience it themselves, meet the riders, see what kind of amount of detail has gone into motorcycle production and behind the scene. It's like you're going to a Leaf game or a Raptor game. You go, you see the game live, but you always come back home and you want to watch the highlights. You know, because both parties, you know, it's a different presentation of the sport itself. So I would encourage everybody to come to the racetrack and experience some great racing, as we have a lot to offer in the upcoming season in Canadian Superbike Series.